like you're a suspect of a crime and you're just, in the interrogation room and just they ask you a serious question and not even a puff. It's loud.
Oh, yeah. And you're sitting on one of those like metal chairs. So it's going to be extra loud.
You think this is funny?
There was this guy and this girl, and they wanted to make a podcast, and they didn't know what to call it, but they sure talked a lot, so they said, let's call it Flappity Flap, Flappity Flap Podcast. Yeah.
Hello, and welcome to Flappity Flap Podcast with your hosts, Brandon and Sarah.
Hi.
Sexy stuff.
Why, hello.
Hello there.
There.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
Criticizing the way I say there.
There. Hello out there.
Anyway, we just finished recording with the podcast called Why Do We Have a Podcast? With Anthony, Anthony and Mike. I was just looking at their podcast description again. I think he goes by Ant, at least in the description. I don't think I refer. Oh, we kept referring to Mike by name because he kept dropping off.
Yeah. Yeah.
Of the technology of the recording.
Kept cutting out.
Don't
Sorry.
talk when you're yawning. Just let it.
Kept cutting out.
Mike kept cutting out of the recording. Yeah, we figured he dropped off 8 or 10 times and used like 8 different devices or emails or something. Poor guy. But it was fun.
Yeah, it was really fun. They had would you rather questions and
Our personal favorite.
yeah, and just general questions about the podcast and stuff.
I mean, we were basically being interviewed. We've guested, quote unquote, on one other podcast about our anxiety issues. But it was kind of just us spewing, talking. And but these guys, it was an actual interview. Like, I think when they kind of went past the initial chatter and then like, okay, we're starting now. Welcome, it's this podcast and we're excited to. And I seized
clenched up a little.
I clenched up like, oh, this is like bona fide. This is real ski. And it was good after that, but it was like you got to put your game face on. You got to put your professional. And that just scares me because I don't like adult world anyway, but it was like, you have to be a grown up. You have to be a professional podcaster.
Official feeling things are much more
Scary.
Yeah.
Scary. Scary. Scared me. I piddled my pants a little.
Wow.
Yeah. I changed my good thing. That's why I took a shower. It wasn't because I was sweaty.
Of course.
I was actually both.
Peed in your pants. Oh my gosh. So I drank a bunch of water.
Oh yeah.
Right beforehand,
what
wouldn't.
What were you thinking?
Because I don't like being like, because you get like that sometimes after brushing or having some kind of food.
That's true.
So I chugged a bunch of water and I peed for like 10 straight minutes after. I was
Again,
doing
just picturing Rick Moranis and Strange Brew after he drinks like the whole thing of beer.
Yeah. I was doing like a pee-pee dance for the final.
Oh, I didn't notice at all.
Yeah, I was feeling it.
Oh. If it's that bad, we probably could have asked them to break and then they could edit easily around that. But it did feel.
But it,
it was like our first one and it was.
And they have kids and stuff and I don't, that.
You didn't want to prolong it? Is that what you mean?
Yeah, I didn't really want to interrupt and.
Yeah. It is funny because I took some sips of water and I ate some apple, so I wouldn't have the mouth sounds. But I knew just not to drink because, like, it's one thing for us because we can have control and we can stop or we can just edit around. But when it's someone else.
Yeah.
Anyway,
they were nice, though. They were really nice.
Very nice.
I would love to
it was fun.
Chat with them again.
Yeah. Well, I was thinking we should definitely just have them guest if they have time. They definitely, I think, have like busier lives than us because we don't have kids. We don't have to go anywhere for our jobs for the most part. We don't have commute. Like they were talking about commute, and I was like, I forgot what that's like. So and we're just homebodies. So
yeah,
it definitely, yeah. But it would be fun. I think it was a good vibe, a good chemistry.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was fun. And I did enjoy the would you rather questions and just, I don't know. It's just nice to sit back and like have someone asking you questions.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It would be fun to meet with them again on more of like a level type thing and hear about them and like.
Yeah, you definitely were uncomfortable being quote unquote interviewed.
It's always a strange thing for me.
But that's why we were there. That's why they're
I know.
interviewing people. I know,
but
You're
like
so sweet.
I just like a more level. It just feels more comfortable. Like anytime I've ever watched like late night or something, Jay Leno or whoever, I'm starting to get.
Yeah, can you don't.
I'm trying not to. But anytime I've ever seen late night or anything and they get to the actors or musicians talking about themselves, I'm just like, fucking yawn-a-rama.
Oh.
Like, and there's not like a mutual comfortable ground. It's like the host saying, oh yeah, so that new movie you're in, huh?
Yeah.
You want to plug it?
But that's their job.
But it's like a weird formal kind of thing.
I think if you don't have someone who's just very natural and
I'm not saying that.
amiable,
I'm not saying their show is weird at all because it was very natural and nice.
Excuse me.
It was a very comfortable.
Oh yeah, it was
setting.
But it was funny. I think it's just your inclination. I understand what you're saying about the formality, but I think it was kind of nice to not be in charge of coming up with the content. Like you're just answering the questions. So I felt like that was a nice break. And also, I definitely like to talk about myself and the stuff we're doing. So.
Yeah.
It was easier for me. I think you're just a lot more, like I said to them, Brandon's very generous because they would ask us an interview question and then we'd say something or I'd answer and then Brandon would be like, what about you guys? And finally, I think Anthony was like, we're interviewing you, right? Because he's just like wants like a quid pro quo, like, okay, and your turn now to talk. Yeah.
It just feels very one-sided. I mean, that's what an interview is, but I don't know why
it's just
I've never really
counter
been comfortable
to your
with them.
nature. Yeah.
I don't know why.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's refreshing because you're not an egotistical person, but in that kind of format, I mean, that's the purpose.
Yeah, I know. Maybe
I don't know why
we should
I keep slipping into the English, maybe to soften my words when I'm telling you that you should have just answered their question. No, not really.
Well,
I thought it was
good. Cut when I said Yanorama when people would come on because
you're just saying that about the TV talk shows.
And I'm not making a parallel to their show.
I could tell that you were comfortable and enjoying the process. Like there was a little bit of like me trying to tease words out of you because you're just not someone who runs over people talking about yourself. But I think I could tell that you were more comfortable than you might be with other people and that you for the most part enjoyed that apart from some initial like stiffness or like, oh, the spotlight's on me now.
Oh yeah, the starting of it is always uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Once you get into it, you start to get more comfortable.
Right.
It was nice.
Yeah, I think it was fun.
Toward the middle and the end, I felt very comfortable.
Yeah, you just have to get warmed up. You have to get comfortable. You kind of get like, oh, okay, yeah, this is getting into the groove, and they're nice and not out to like expose or trip us up or something and make us lose our massive following and all our success.
Well, yeah. And
yeah, I think it would be fun though, but it would be a way
speaking...
to reciprocate is to have them on, and also it would just be fun because we could either interview them or just have it be about a topic that,
I think that would be fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was cool.
Yeah.
So we'll plug them again.
And they had interesting
Why
info
do we have a
too.
podcast? Oh yeah, all the
Talking
weird
about,
facts and
talking about Amish. He. Oh my gosh, Mike.
I think it was Mike.
Maybe we should cut that.
Why?
Because I didn't remember his name.
It's fine.
Mike and Anthony.
We're a little bit brain tired. We've had some stuff going on, and then that was just like kind of making sure you're on and not swearing because we do that a lot. It's a little bit of a brain drain, so I think it's okay.
Yeah. Mike,
I think it's fine.
He pulled that word for the Amish.
What the hell was that?
I don't
keep
remember.
wanting to say rumbumptious now, but it was like a rumperbund or something.
He just
weird.
knew the word.
Yeah.
Maybe he had like just recently seen.
Some people have a brain for those kinds of random facts, and that sounds like it's his shtick.
And it's the word for the Amish, like, what do you call it? Break.
Taking a leave or coming of age, or
Mm-hmm.
It's funny when you compare it to like the Mormons who go off and like do mission work, which is like the opposite, like the worst, you know.
What do you mean?
And then because when they come of age, god damn, sorry, that soup made me. Anyway, I think they come of age and they have to go do a mission for like a year.
And is
that's-
that
those
just
are
like spreading the word?
A lot of
or-
times, yeah, those are the ones who come to your door. Not always, but I think with the Mormons it is. And they go out and they ride their bikes and they wear their kind of suits or their, shirts and ties, and they're young men. But I think the women maybe are doing it more too. Because I had women come to my door once and they were like, yeah, and I don't know, they were nice, but I'm not interested. But instead the Amish go out and they like
try to
get
recruit
their-
people?
No, they like take a break to kind of.
Yeah.
It's a good practice. It's like, here, you need to go see what the world is out there.
But it's also kind of risky. Mm-hmm.
It's incredibly risky.
Because you are basically just like going out to get the most intense of all things.
Yeah.
Some people, I'm sure, go way off.
Go
like
OD on drugs or something.
Yeah, like I think either Mike or Anthony
Yeah.
said like, yeah, they'll go out and get prostitutes and do drug deals.
Well, I
and
wasn't
it's
sure if
like,
he meant get prostitutes or do prostitution.
I'm assuming get prostitutes.
I guess, yeah.
I would
that's true.
assume.
That's true.
And it's like, man, a lot of normal people
Yeah.
that have cell phones don't do that. You can't
Yeah.
just go out and like play a video game, go to an arcade for like a week
Yeah.
or like do something mild. No, you got to cram the craziest shit into your week.
And they do it for a year?
Is it a year?
I don't know why.
It just seems very like dangerous.
Well, it's like-
it makes more sense to just have a normal life where you're like
Yeah.
doing regular intake of media and
Yeah.
like manage yourself.
Well, it's like if you have really strict parents for years and then you kind of get to an age where you're driving or you're having peer pressure or you're being introduced or exposed to things and then you just go all out. I mean, we have a friend who kind of did that and like got into meth and it was like, did that super strict, square kind of upbringing.
Kind of
And I
push
can't
that.
say. I can't
Yeah.
say because you have people who have loose kind of more structure but not too much and they still go off the rails or they
Mm-hmm.
get into like meth is like you have one whatever
You really just
and you're
have to
addicted
wonder though.
but it's kind of like
If you didn't
you're
have that
denied a
super
thing.
square influence, I mean, it's like that Ed Gein. I don't know, Pogo the Clown.
oh, here we
Who-
go, you love that guy.
No, I was just thinking because like he was clearly like homosexual and very closeted,
Repression.
and he would have sex with these guys or rape them and then kill them.
Yeah.
I'm assuming because he didn't want anybody to know that he was gay.
Yeah.
And it's like, that is very extreme. If you had a more normal upbringing and were comfortable with yourself, maybe you could just be a comfortable gay man.
Yeah.
Maybe you wouldn't be out killing people.
Yeah. Or priests having sex with children or molesting children because
Yeah.
like maybe it's not natural for you to have no sexual outlet.
Although I don't know about pedophilia though. I think if you're doing that kind of stuff, there's
But
something else going on.
It's not your garden variety pedophilia. It's because they have these young boys and girls, but a lot of times young boys who go become like altar boys. So they're right there with them, kind of, and the priests are sort of like a mentor to them. So I don't necessarily think they would be pedophiles in a normal, quote unquote, normal existence. It's, I'm being denied this thing.
But don't they have nuns around them?
But also, I think in
and other priests?
but I think in their minds, it's less sinful to diddle or finger or whatever a little kid than to go actually have intercourse with another priest or a nun.
Who would ever think
And
that?
kids
I don't understand.
don't say stuff or they don't understand a lot of them.
Do you really think that they think that?
I could see that being absolutely a justification. If
Oh
I'm not
my
having
gosh.
sex, I'm not breaking my vows.
Good God. Talk about pick and choose.
Yeah.
Wow. Fun topic.
How did we? Yeah.
I have no idea.
Yeah.
We were talking about Amish.
Yeah.
And then somehow got into freaking.
We learned a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
We learned a lot of random ass stuff today, which I promptly kind of forgot.
And
the Amish thing was
cricket spiders or something.
Oh yeah.
I don't know if he was just talking about jumping spiders.
I
could
think
look
we
that
could
up.
very quickly look that up.
Here, I'll look it up.
All right. Well,
Go ahead and talk while
okay. We had another massive spider on our front porch, and I went to let the dog out a few nights ago, and it's a spider that looks like a cricket, or a cricket that looks like oh gosh, it's a spider.
This is a cricket.
No. What? Oh, they're spider crickets, not cricket spiders.
So this is the thing that was on the porch.
Oh, that's what I wondered. So the second thing last night was a cricket, but it was big. It was as big as the first spider that Brandon...
And I think it was one of these. I think it was a cricket spider. And it's just a cricket.
Okay.
But it looks like a spider.
It's like... It's bordering on potato bug. You know, call back to that episode in animation Brandon did, that potato bug. Oh, we were comparing it to the trapdoor spider. Anyway, so a few nights ago, there's a big
It's like
spider.
a bean with big long legs.
The stripiness too is just, I don't know why it makes it creepier. When you're finished.
Fucking clearing your throat. Don't mind the podcast. Oh, sorry, I'm very loud. Why?
Oops.
My mic must be turned way up. Go ahead.
They look like they're the same. So there was a big spider on the porch. I was petrified. Like, I saw it kind of late and my brain didn't kind of go chink. Like, that's a spider. And then Charlie started following me and I was like, ah! And he like stepped around it without realizing it was there. And it was freaking huge and it was doing like things with its legs. Brandon said it was maybe trying to build a web.
It was trying to build a web, I think, across the stairs. And it was...
Which would have been awful to walk into.
It was massive.
It was massive.
I have never seen a spider that big.
Yeah.
And, it was bigger than the... it was bigger than yellow orb weavers, which are giant. And it was bigger than the...
it wasn't bigger than the trapdoor.
I think it was.
No.
It wasn't thicker,
It wasn't bigger.
but it was
Really?
bigger. It had a
God.
big body on it.
Oh, so Brandon is like a bug lover.
I don't I don't want to kill bugs.
Bug lover? Yeah, but you're very interested in bugs and you it's rare that you'll kill a spider. He took the zapper on that bad boy and just went to town. And he took like 10 zaps.
I zapped the crap
And then
out
a
of him
squish with
and
the
then I
egg.
squashed him.
I was shocked. Even I was kind of appalled. I said, I can't believe you did that.
It's a little bit like if there was a giant cow-sized spider, I would want to kill it. I would shoot it until it was not alive.
Sized spider.
Yeah.
That makes a lot more sense. The difference between
It's similar,
a quarter-sized or silver dollar sized spider and a cow-sized spider.
It's just too big.
Do you understand the scale difference? So
It's
it doesn't
too big.
matter to you what the size is. Once it's past like this, death to all.
Yeah.
Oh, all right. That trapdoor spider was pretty fucking huge.
If it is...
And you let him live.
I did, but
her.
it's a trapdoor spider. It's going to make a hole in the dirt
Yeah.
and
Not
live
be
there.
on your porch and make a web.
It's not going to make a web across your walkway.
Did you say across?
Oh
I
my
thought you
goodness,
said
I
that.
said across. Across your walkway.
It was pretty like
I know
you're
there's no-
You're at
I-
my front door.
I know there's no D or T in across.
Okay.
Just for the record.
Yeah.
I don't know why my brain did that.
It is a weird thing. I mean, I'm saying I understand.
Okay.
But yeah, he was like practically knocking on our front door, and it's like, you need to know about boundaries. Otherwise, you get zappy squished. Mm-hmm. And man, you were like, I'm not only killing you, I'm killing any whisper of you and
What does that mean?
your legacy. I don't know.
Legacy.
I'm stamping you out of this, what do you call it? This earthly plane.
It wasn't really malicious. I just,
Desperate. It was desperate.
It was a little bit desperate, and I've had bad experiences with. There was one really large spider in my parents' garage one day, and I tried to hit it with a flip flop, It was big, and it dodged my attack.
That is very disturbing.
And it was so fast.
That is very disturbing.
And it just stood there looking at me, and I was like, oh, good God.
It just stood there looking at me menacingly.
You're fast enough to dodge my flip-flop attack. You know, who knows what you're capable of.
Don't look up like that after you say that, because then I'm like, what is above my head about to drop on me? Did you scream?
I'm not a screamer, but I
feel like if you're not a screamer, that would be the time that you would scream.
I did clench. I clenched up and was like, what the hell is happening? I've never had a spider dodge. And it was just
Dodge and attack?
Yeah, it was basically just like your typical like wolf house kind of spider, like the big ones.
They are awful. So then there was a big ass cricket, which might have been this spider cricket thing last night. And my first thought was, it's a fucking spider. It's Jaws the Revenge, but a spider. But it wasn't. It was a cricket. So I was okay with that. But I was like, oh my God, terrified. Because when he was killing that spider, I was like, there's going to be revenge. Someone's going to have revenge.
Oh, yeah. You were like, karma. We're going to get karma.
Karma, whatever. Meh. But still, yeah. Anyway.
That was a pretty long tangent about spiders.
It was.
another one.
So yeah, so we learned a lot of stuff today. Yeah, we recorded today. Hopefully we're not ruining any, I don't know. Never mind.
Any what?
You know how people sometimes don't like to reference like the recording day, like.
Oh,
but
yeah,
I don't think they mind because they did reference that it's National Taco Day.
Yeah, but I mean,
taco, as the British say.
We aren't going through the entire.
No, I know.
The entirety of the episode is basically just like little.
No, that's not what I meant.
Oh, okay.
Just like letting people know when they record, or something. Never mind.
Oh, I see.
I can cut it out. Spoils the magic.
Like too early, yeah. I mean, it takes time to edit. I think anybody who has worked on things knows it takes a minute to get it ready for the public.
You want some coffee? I ate soup and I had a bread and I got very sleepy.
I had a bread. I had one bread.
That's true. I had one bread with my one soup. A soup.
Nice.
Creature. So we
Sorry. I was gonna give it back, but then I was like, I need another one of these. Another little sip. Sippy sip. That's a nice clop coffee.
Cop.
Nice clop.
Do you want some more?
No, thank you.
Are you sure? You looked at it like,
Oh.
There's enough. There's a sip from you and me.
No, you go for it.
You keep almost reaching. Oh, no, you're not. You're massaging your arm.
I'm massaging my arm.
I mean, whatever. So we watched last night Sleepless in Seattle, 1993. Fucking 1993. 27 math much?
27 years ago.
27 fucking years ago.
That
is
blows
old.
my mind.
That's like a classic. That's like obviously not black and white because it's not, but it's old. And it felt a bit dated for me, but so I thought
the quality was good though. You couldn't really tell the date by the quality.
Yeah, it was
which
more
is
like
nice,
the outfits and stuff.
But all the hairdos and clothes and
Tom
everything.
Hanks and his quasi mullet, because he did have a weird skullet practically
his
in
big curly
not Angels and Demons, the Da Vinci Code, but this was like not quite a mullet, but kind of a mullet.
I think it's just the same length all around.
Oh,
but it's like because the back of his head. It's down lower.
Yeah.
I don't know. But his hair.
Bad.
I've never liked his hair.
Oh, because it's curly?
I've never really liked curly hair on anyone.
On men or women?
On anyone. It just looks like.
That's an interesting statement to just throw out there.
I don't know why.
It's kind of like saying.
I'm sorry, everyone with curly hair.
I've never really liked blue eyes. You know what I mean? Like a little bit like.
I've never really liked blue eyes either.
Really?
Yeah.
What kind of nose do you not like?
I don't really like my kind of nose.
I love your nose.
I like your nose.
No, I like your nose.
I feel like we've been through this already.
We have.
Give it to me.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. And that was very condescending.
And no offense to anyone with curly hair.
But I don't like your hair.
No.
Oh.
It's just a weird preference that I have. It's like Bob Myskirm.
Uh-huh.
That there's a YouTuber,
Oh, yeah.
a gamer, and he had like nice short hair, and he grew it out, and it's like
Did
long
he have short hair?
and curly.
I don't remember it being short.
I think his hair has always been short.
Oh, I just only think of him with the curly hair, and it looks like a pain in the ass.
It just looks bad.
Yeah.
And I don't know why.
We sound like such assholes right now.
I feel like a judgmental asshole, but I've always felt that way about curly hair. I don't know why.
Might have to edit you here. You're really coming across
as a fucking piece of crap. This fucking guy.
No, that's funny. I've known some people with really nice curly hair.
Doesn't mean anything. It's just a preference.
I know, but I think for women it's different because if you have like super straight hair, like my hair is pretty straight. There's some little wave to it, but not like in a way that I want it. Anyway, but
Sorry to interrupt.
Uh-huh.
But there's also the opposite end of the spectrum, which is kind of like too straight hair. Like, what is that Dwight-like character from The Office, but the British version?
Gareth?
His hair.
It's very straight. It's like bowl cut, but straight.
It's like too straight and a bowl cut.
It's like he has a fringe, a bang all around. Wow.
Sorry. I'm sorry.
There's a perfect kind of hair.
I thought that was going to like redeem me and like help me, but
help you?
I thought it was going to help me, but I just ended up looking like even more of a butthole. So I should just shut up.
Yeah. No, don't.
Go ahead.
Don't. It's good. It's good stuff. I lived with a girl. A guy my mom dated, he had a daughter, and she had beautiful brown curly hair, and she would always like put gel in it because it was hard to tame, but it was really pretty, even though I hate her. And then
what was that?
I hate her.
Okay.
We went to. It's okay to talk about. We went to couples counseling for a minute.
Yeah, I don't see why not.
She had beautiful, not quite black, I think, but super dark brown hair, and she just had a very nice energy, as a lot of counselors do, and just beautiful curly hair. But I think it's different for men and women. Like, short curly hair, I think, can be quite troublesome. And I think it's just kind of considered less desirable or attractive or something on men.
Yeah.
You know?
It doesn't really... I feel like it gets to a certain length and it just becomes like, oh, no. Like, in my opinion...
Oh, no.
In my opinion, Tom Hanks in that movie looked like a freaking nerd.
Yeah, he did.
Then again, it could just be because it was dated.
Yeah.
But he looked like such a nerd, and I think it was largely because of his, like, perfectly wrong length curly hair.
It was a more acceptable hairstyle. You would not get away with it today unless you were some kind of special, like a nerd or I don't even know, just a clueless dad, But in that movie,
careless.
He wasn't clueless or care. Like, he was quite a likable guy, so you kind of got over it.
Oh yeah, no, I mean, I wouldn't like hate the guy because of it.
That would be pretty harsh.
It's just like a look that I'm like, oh,
it's
no.
an aesthetic preference, perhaps. But after that long 10-minute segue about curly hair and all that stuff, did I interrupt you?
No.
Oh.
I was pulling it out just to remember because I feel as though I was saying like a lot.
Okay. I think we're doing okay. It was that one day we just got into a 15, 20-minute roll of and blah, 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 and totally like, it was weird. It was like, it was like, that was acceptable, right? It was like we had a disease.
It was similar to.
But that sounds so formal. Anyway, so great movie, in my opinion. And the background of this is I'm 40 years old, so I would have been, what is that, minus 27 teens when that movie came out. And it was the Meg Ryan.
13?
Sure. It was the
Why
Meg.
couldn't I do that math?
I couldn't. I relied on you. I rely on you to do all my math.
Do you?
No. Meg Ryan, Tom Hanks, that was like their heyday. The romantic comedy, you know. She was kind of cringy in this, like watching it yesterday. But so I've seen it before multiple times. I kind of am from that time in the past where that was their time. Brandon had never seen it before.
Oh, no, I don't think so.
And probably didn't watch You've Got Mail
Well,
and
I
all
think
a
it
bunch of the other
I think they're like romantic, like female
romantic comedies. Yeah.
romantic comedies.
Rom-coms,
yeah.
the rom-com.
For the females.
Yeah.
They're mostly made for
Yeah.
females, I believe.
Yeah.
Like action movies are for men usually.
Yeah. But also I think you're younger enough that it kind of would completely have bypassed you. So it was very interesting watching it, and you came in a little late. Like I started it without you because I wasn't actually planning on watching it, and then I was like, oh my gosh, like I started and I was like, this is so weird to watch this because it was like it brought me back. It was just weird. It was a very strong sense of, oh my gosh, the nostalgia. And there was definite cringe with Meg Ryan, like when she's with the guy that she's not really in love with, and he's super nice but a nerd. And she's just being all fake, and it's like, oh, that's fake, but it's so over the top, and I don't like you. You know.
Yeah, she was being kind of horrible.
She was very cringy. But Tom Hanks was like, he's so Tom Hanks, you know, he's just awesome. And
I feel like his acting and his jokes and things were pretty timeless.
They're timeless. He's timeless.
Which is kind of crazy because a lot of everything else that happened in that movie was very dated.
Yeah.
You know, the kids acting.
Yeah.
What was her name? Meg Ryan? Mm-hmm. Her acting was a little dated.
Yeah.
But
she had a certain style.
Some of his jokes were like, those would hold up today.
Or just his sarcasm to his kid and
the looks.
Yeah.
And like just.
He's fucking timeless.
He's funny.
He's America's dad, I think.
He kind of is.
I think that's his actual label, like he and Rita Wilson. And she's in it, but she doesn't play his wife. But she, in her small part, is so good. And maybe I love her because she reminds me of my Aunt Janet. But they're so likable. And her husband in that is really funny in his small part. Rosie O'Donnell is in it. Bill Pullman plays the nerdy, you know, fiance of Meg Ryan. There's other people I'm sure I'm missing. Oh, Rob Reiner, I think, plays his like coworker, architect kind of.
Is that
contractor,
Niles?
Coworker? No, he's in it too though.
Niles and Frasier's boss from Frasier.
And I don't know that guy.
I don't know their real names, but
Niles is David Hyde Pierce.
Oh, nice. What about his boss?
I don't know him.
I
don't
mean,
know
Frasier's
Frasier.
boss.
I don't know Frasier. I don't know Frasier like you do. We need to watch it though because you talk about it a lot.
It's a good show.
But Rob Reiner is the one who they're walking down the street and he's like, "Do I have a cute butt?" And he lifts up his coat and he's like, "Yeah, it's okay." Mm-hmm. It's just funny.
Are we grading on a curve?
Oh, and he's trying to tell him how to date, and he's just telling him like the rules. You know, you don't do dinner on the first date. You do drink. I don't remember.
Yeah,
anyway,
call her up and talk about swatches.
Do you want to look at swatches together?
And he's like, "You don't think she'll see right through that?"
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I obviously have that affection for it because of the nostalgia and getting past Meg's Ryan cringy, cute, kind of nerdy but pretty girl. Like, I don't know. She got less annoying as she became genuine. You know, her character, when her character had the genuine, like, not trying to be fake with her fiance moments, she's much more likable. But Tom Hanks is just awesome. What did you think?
I liked it, but definitely not to keep reusing this word, but dated.
Yeah.
You know, like she was practically stalking him.
Yeah. Oh,
and
that's the thing. Yeah.
It felt the whole thing felt a little shallow. Like, you don't know this guy.
Yeah.
You're acting like, you know, you knew, but like you heard him a little bit. And think of how many other women out there that were contacting him. I think that if they had written that story without the heap of other women that were lusting after him, if they didn't have that part, I think it would have been a better like love story.
Yeah.
I think that kind of cheapened it. And it's like, do you really know? because clearly a bunch of other women are after this guy.
Yeah.
It just felt a little weird. And also she was stalking him. I don't know if I already said that.
Yeah, you did. But I think that it's a huge cliche, but also true, that women are constantly looking for men who are masculine enough and rugged enough, but also can talk about their feelings, which often doesn't go hand in hand. But you don't want someone who is, what is the word? I don't know. You don't want someone who is a wuss, but you want them to be able to cry at appropriate moments. You know, it's like this conundrum, this
like
dilemma.
a balance. You want them to be human.
Yeah, but
you don't want an ape person, and you don't want a blubbering baby.
So they hear him talking about right. They hear him talking about losing the love of his life to cancer on this radio show, and they're hearing a guy talk about a woman in a way that they're like, I want that. And he's expressing his feelings, even though he's kind of tricked into it by his son, who calls the radio show the radio, I almost said psychiatrist or whatever she is.
Psychiatrist.
She could have been a psychologist. I don't know. But, women, it's kind of believable. It's kind of ridiculous that it'd be such a craze. But the difference is that, of course, that she's the special one, that she... Yeah, it does feel a bit like she's just another one of the crazy...
The line is a little blurred.
Yeah, you're
and
right.
Also the note kind of sucked. Had there been...
The note?
The note that she wrote was not convincing Tom Hanks at all. I get that there had to be some sort of thing, but like, why, out of all the letters, why would the kid latch onto that one? There was nothing really significant about it. There was nothing that stood out, in my opinion.
Right. Well, and what's funny is that Tom Hanks,
Careful
is only...
of your screen.
Oops. Tom Hanks is only interested in her. Of course, he doesn't know it's her when he sees her at the airport.
Exactly.
So it's all about the looks.
Exactly. Love at first sight.
Yeah.
Isn't that just infatuation?
I feel like you couldn't have
and that's the dated part of it.
I feel like you couldn't have that movie today without the stalking part being really highlighted, even though it's a lot more acceptable for a woman to stalk a man.
Yeah,
but it would definitely be more like highlighted. But then again, I think about when you and I first met, is I kind of had a plan. I wanted to meet you. I went and got a freaking tattoo, even though it was a tattoo that I wanted. So it wasn't totally
You already
stalking.
wanted the tattoo, and I feel like we could have hung out at Katie and Gonz's.
But I didn't want it to be like, I didn't want to be like, can you guys ask Brandon to come over, and then I'll come over and we'll have like a hangout? Because it would clearly show that I was interested in you. Whereas if it was like, well, I've wanted to get this tattoo, I've talked about it for a long time, but now what's pushing me over the edge is there's this guy. But I didn't just go off of looks. You sounded really nice. And I had met you once.
We had met before.
Very briefly.
Yeah.
But I did kind of stalk you. I didn't stalk you like... But you have Facebook, so you can stalk much more safely without having to like hire a PI.
You weren't like her lurking around the edge of a building.
But I was lurking around the edges of Facebook.
Literally did in that movie.
Yeah.
But
they didn't have Facebook. That's what I'm saying. They didn't have emails on Facebook and Instagram. I definitely like looked at your pictures a few times on your Facebook feed before. Am I boring you?
No, I'm sorry. I don't know what's wrong with me.
The longest yawn ever.
What? That was a normal yawn.
Anyway, I'm just saying that stalking, the word stalking is a little different, and
people are more aware of stalking now.
Yeah.
And it's like that Sting song.
Every Breath You Take. Yeah, it's one of my favorite songs.
And it's basically a song about him stalking someone.
But there's sometimes something fucked up about someone being that obsessed with you, as long as it doesn't cross over into danger and like, okay, there's a line, but like, so that song to me, I wouldn't necessarily call it romantic, but I kind of understand. And I just like the song, the music, everything. I like Sting. I like the Police, but yeah. Well, What this reminds me of is that X-Files episode we watched where they basically kind of brushed over the fact that the guy, they kind of brushed over it and then they kind of backtracked on it.
The one with the deformed guy?
It was like raping women to impregnate them.
It was straight up rape.
Yeah.
And they were very like...
cavalier about it.
Yeah.
Didn't I give you babies that you loved? Well, yeah.
Well, yeah, I guess you did.
What?
It's like, you guys were raped. Why is everyone okay with this?
Yeah.
Literally drugged and freaking raped by a monster boy.
Yeah. But then, like, I was reading an article about it, and it was like, well, they kind of backtracked like it wasn't.
Or
but
it was a dream.
Definitely was rape because they got pregnant.
Yeah.
But then how did the lady who had her tubes tied got pregnant? Did they ever explain that? Anyway.
I think it was supposed to be a sci-fi feel, but the problem is that even if it's sci-fi or horror or whatever genre, if you're throwing rape into that,
Yeah.
you need to like not do it. Or you need to demonize it at least a little bit.
Yeah.
Don't go,
Yeah.
oh, I'm happy you gave me this child through rape. I'm
Yeah.
happy you gave me this child that I did not agree to.
Right.
That's what disturbed me about it.
Well, I think with the Sleepless in Seattle thing and the stalking, I think it's more acceptable if it's a woman. I think that's just what it is. Like,
Well, and she wasn't being creepy. She was, you knew her intentions.
Yeah.
But it's still stuck.
but he does reference Fatal Attraction, and he's like, "It scared me. It scared every man in America." And it was so there was like a nod to it.
in America.
Though he delivered it way better, obviously, but he's just awesome. I don't know. I enjoyed it. It's definitely got its stupid moments, but there's like a nostalgia for some of that stuff from the 90s, like some of the outfits, her pajamas, especially all the pajamas. They were wearing sweats a lot.
Oh yeah, big socks that like clump up around your ankles.
Socks over your sweatpants.
That was an 80s thing,
Yeah.
but I guess it bled into the 90s for some strange reason.
But
I'm
she
gonna wear
looked adorable
socks,
because she's
but
Meg
I want
Ryan.
them to clump up real big around my ankles.
Anyway, so what would you give that out of 5 stars? That movie?
I don't know. I might give it like a 4.
That's
or
pretty
more.
generous because that's what I was going to go with. I assumed you'd give it a 3 and then I'd have room for a 4.
I think if they made it today and like cleaned a few things up,
Yeah.
5.
Yeah.
I mean, it's 27 years old. That's pretty damn good.
Well,
That's a good rating.
The funny thing about that is that then they went on to make You've Got Mail. And I don't know how many years later that was. I feel like it was maybe 8 or 10 years later, but I could be wrong. And it's based on
Sandra Bullock?
No, it's Meg Ryan and Tom Hanks again.
Really?
Yeah.
What am
But
I
it's
thinking
like
of?
I don't know. You've Got Mail?
Maybe
Are you thinking of the computer one?
Maybe, I don't know.
I don't know.
Forget it.
It's okay. But it's based on a old movie. Is it? I forget what it's called. The Shop Around the Corner or something. So it's a lady, Meg Ryan, who has a bookstore. I think that her mom had. It's been in the family or whatever. Cute little corner kind of bookstore, you know. And Tom Hanks comes in as like a big chain, you know, bookstore kind of guy, like a Barnes and Noble or something. And basically runs her out of business. But in the meantime, they're corresponding like a, you know, what a mystery pen pal, whatever. So they don't know who they are, but they're corresponding, but they don't know it's them. Mm-hmm. But the sad thing is he's run her out of business and destroyed this small bookstore.
Somewhat deliberately or just by
he just put in the
default?
store.
Yeah.
You know, but I think she tried to like reason, or maybe she tried to sabotage. I don't know. I only watched it once. I'm not even sure I watched it all the way through, but it did disturb me a little bit. And then especially years later to go, this guy destroyed your family bookstore. I mean, it is just economics also and capitalism and whatever. Mm-hmm. But it's kind of fucked up.
But depending on how you do it, like I
he just had no, I don't think he had.
if you deliberately put your bookstore across the street from another person's bookstore, that's pretty dickish. But if you're just in the same town and your goal is not necessarily to like draw the business, but it's just to like get business.
You're just getting business.
Just to, you know. Yeah. Then I mean it's business.
Well, and their store could offer things that she couldn't. You know, they have a lot more stock.
Yeah.
I mean, nowadays I'm sure those stores are suffering, but it was just like, so then later you find out who he is and you get with the guy. Like, what does that say? And at the time it was like a romantic story because they were having this remote romance separate from their interactions in real life, like, you know, and their headbutting about the bookstores. But still, when you find out that he's the guy, could you really be with someone who fucking destroyed your family bookstore? Would that happen? Like, any self-respecting woman, feminist, whatever, with a shred of like pride and self-respect, would you? I don't know. So it is interesting to look back. Hard. I think it's interesting to look back and go, maybe we didn't really question that at the time. Maybe like hardcore feminists did and we didn't listen. Some maybe of that stuff, like the stalking, just kind of looking through that lens of like 20, 30 years ago, being like, that's kind of fucked up.
But also you got to think that we were quite a bit younger. So our understanding of relationships and things were not there. I mean, mine were non-existent.
That's true. You were playing with your Tonka trucks or something, and I was having teenage angst. I don't know. Probably shearing sheep. It was probably during my 4-H days.
But I'm sure there were people, you know, our age back then going, oh man, stalking. That's cool.
Maybe. I don't know,
sure
but
there were.
But if you have it in a rom-com, isn't it like, oh, you know.
Yeah.
Look at you showing a bit of leg there, showing a bit of undies.
Da damn nanny. Or wait, no, that's like a
that's like a blues riff.
It's like a blues riff, yeah.
Da, 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 da. Am I gonna have to cut that?
I don't think so, no.
Okay.
I mean, who's going to like
the striptease people?
This will be like far enough into the episode, I think.
Yeah, they'd really have to dig for that.
They'll have to listen.
You have to listen to the whole thing, you poor bastards. You're making it easier for them.
Am I?
Yeah.
Okay.
So you did an animation. You did another animation of the Oni Plays thing. And somebody commented, so this guy posts a link to a 2-hour video and just expects us to find this clip in there. It's
a few clips just like strewn about.
It's also a funny idea that
guy.
I mean, I don't think they said this fucking guy, and it sounded good natured, or I wouldn't have told you, and you might have come across it. But someone else I think did link like a timestamp to it. But it's like, this is an animation; it's a different thing. Why do you then have to go? Even though I do it, like, why are you obsessed with going and finding that to go watch it? I don't know. It's just a funny idea.
To see how it really happened.
Maybe.
I get that.
I actually, yeah.
If you want to see the actual thing, but like, just watch the whole thing.
Yeah.
If you're a fan of the show.
That's what you could reply, is just say, just watch the whole thing. Yeah, be a real fan.
Yeah, I'm a real fan.
Cheater. I had to watch the whole thing.
Had to.
Oh, I enjoyed watching the whole thing. Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah, that's a good point though, but I have been there where I've seen a cartoon or an animation of something and gone, oh, I wonder what happened with the real thing.
I did want to see that in the witch hunt one, and I was trying to show my mom it, but it wasn't, because I don't know. The other ones I don't care as much about seeing it in the original.
Yeah.
But for some reason in that one I really wanted to see, probably because I had actually watched the witch hunt one, and I was like, oh, now I have to go back and see.
It's like 5 minutes in.
Yeah, it is. It's really short. Yeah.
I watched. So I put on the full witch hunt thing, and I was just like making notes of each part, and I think I got like, I don't know, I got like an hour into it because I was rewatching it. So I was like, man, I've already watched this, and I enjoyed it. Yeah. But I don't like rewatching things over and over again.
I know you don't.
So
I definitely do. For some reason.
If they're short, I do.
Why are you laughing?
I don't know. It's just funny.
What do I like? What do you know that I like rewatching again and again?
My animations.
Oh yeah, but that's partly because I'm checking your stats.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
Like
I
I'm like,
that you
you're up to 25,000. I think you're up to 28,000 today.
and it's only like day 3 or some crazy shit.
Yeah.
I mean, that's insane.
I think it's day 2. You posted it Friday, I think. It's
Oh.
day 2, and you're at almost like 30,000 views.
That's crazy.
And what's the highest amount of views we've gotten on our podcast? Like 70 total for like the first episode.
Well, I mean, it helps immensely to have Chris's name in there. Chris's YouTube name in there.
Yeah, but you have other ones like the Game Grumps, and they're like maybe 1,000 views.
Yeah, I don't even know if the Game Grumps one is at 1,000.
It's weird.
And
It's
I got
such
a lot of
weird
dislikes on that one for some reason. So they're.
I feel like they even said their fans can be kind of dicks. I don't know.
They have said that. Yeah.
Maybe not in so many words, but anyway, I don't know. Did you have any final thoughts about Sleepless in Seattle or anything? Anything that struck you? I kind of changed the subject and then I brought it back because I have a tendency to
not really, just like
commandeer the
it
conversation.
had a very nostalgic feel. Mm-hmm. Just the whole feeling of like 90s stuff.
That's interesting. I guess you were conscious enough during the 90s that you would remember. Because I felt the nostalgia from watching the movie in that time. But yeah.
I mean, just like cars and clothing, etc. You know,
the cars. Yeah, it was weird.
All of it felt very nostalgic. That's it, really.
Okay. Would you want to do like a would you rather or something?
Sure.
Because when we were talking to those guys, I might have to edit this so I can look one up. Would you rather have to fart loudly?
Are you recording?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Sorry. Go ahead.
You're trying to get back on and do some work? That's
no,
cool.
I was just checking the computer.
I'm just kidding.
See if it was on.
Would you rather have to fart loudly every time you have a serious conversation or have to burp after every kiss?
Well, I feel like when we kiss a lot of the time I already burp a lot, so I'll take the burps. And also fart loudly?
Kind of close to the... It's kind of loud.
You can't just fart normally?
We can change it for you. I still think you'll always choose the burping because I know how you feel about farting.
So after every time you have a conversation?
Have to fart loudly every time you have a serious conversation. So I don't know if that means it's in the midst of the conversation.
No, that sounds awful. That sounds terrible. Definitely the burp.
As long as the burp is not during the kiss, I don't really see the problem.
Yeah.
Because you always just turn your head quickly.
Because didn't you say after a kiss?
The burp is after the kiss. The farting is during the conversation.
Yeah, and loudly, that's an obvious choice to me. Because
shit.
No, but because it's going to interrupt the serious conversation. Although it might help. You know, if you're on like the bad end of that conversation, it might help to like lighten the mood or something.
Maybe.
I don't know.
Okay.
Like you're a suspect of a crime and you're just, you know, in the interrogation room and just they ask you a serious question and not even a puff. It's loud.
Oh, yeah. And you're sitting on one of those like metal chairs. So it's going to be extra loud.
You think this is funny?
That's
more like
illegal. Yeah. That was really good. How'd you do that? I can't. How do you do that? Your mouth, like one side of your mouth is like closed, but ow. I can't. I'm just spitting all over the...
I don't know how. It's in the bottom. It comes out here.
Ugh.
So, this is really great content.
Okay. Would you rather have everything you draw become real, but be permanently terrible at drawing? Oh. Or be able to fly, but only as fast as you can walk? Some of these are fucking weird.
Fly.
Only as fast as you can walk?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't fly at all right now.
That's true. Well, what?
Fly, definitely.
Okay, listen, though.
Because...
Would you rather have everything you draw become real? You could draw $1 million.
But you'd be crappy at drawing. It would be very obviously counterfeit money.
That's true. What is something that it wouldn't matter if you were terrible because it'd still be awesome to have if you drew it?
If you... Wait, sorry. Go do that again. Say that again.
Would you rather... Okay, if you were... Oh, my God. something that
Do
even
you? Would you? Could you? Could it? If you? Could you?
that kid's my hero, so I don't even care. If you drew something terrible, what is something that it wouldn't matter if you drew it terribly, but it'd still be awesome to have? There's got to be stuff. Candy, a boat. No, because then it would sink.
Things that don't matter what they look like food and
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah.
Food would probably be cool.
Yeah.
Like you could do a bad job at drawing a chicken wing or something and be like, I got a chicken
Or
wing
an ice
now.
cream cone.
It looks really weird.
Yeah.
But
it doesn't mean the food's going to be bad.
yeah,
That would
hopefully.
still be pretty cool.
That would
I
be
feel
cool.
like flying as fast as you can walk
But I
would
wouldn't
really
want-
suck.
I wouldn't want to suck at drawing though, because that's like my livelihood.
Yeah, but you can draw stuff that like probably makes you money.
That's true. More money than drawing for work.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
But yeah, that's an interesting so you could draw like pearls or something and
Yeah.
be like, sorry you guys,
These
you
are flawed, but
you
they
have
are
to
pearls.
recut them. Or like diamonds.
Uh-huh.
Like you guys have to recut these, but
Yeah.
it is diamond.
Yeah.
This is a big old block of
Right.
diamond right here.
Right.
Recut it though, because it looks like a big heap of garbage.
Right.
Yeah, I might actually go with that then. I
Yeah.
might change my
I
although
am such a persuasive speaker.
it would suck to be bad at drawing.
But you've kind of said in a recent episode that if you had a year left to live, you would quit drawing.
That's true.
So I feel like it's not the passion that I thought you had. It's more like a means to an end. Like I think you enjoy it. That still blows me away. So I just kind of had to bring it up again.
I think just under those circumstances, if I only had a day or a week or a year to live, yeah, I would want to be doing other stuff with my life.
Well, I'm just saying. So if you could be doing other stuff, and you could make money from badly drawing diamonds,
Yeah.
does it matter?
No, yeah, I guess I would choose
You wouldn't
that.
need to do any more Oni plays animations really well.
You could draw like dinosaur skulls and sell them for like millions of dollars.
Dinosaur poop,
But they would be
fossilized poop.
ugly freaking dinosaurs.
Yeah.
Like, what is this?
You could draw an actual dinosaur. People would pay
Whoa.
millions for that. But it'd be kind of cruel to the dinosaur because he wouldn't have a normal, natural life.
And he'd be ugly because I don't know
The
how
worst.
to draw.
The worst sin of all. The worst.
But think about being able to
Injustice.
fly.
Very slowly.
Even not very slowly, at the speed you walk. So if you want to get over something or, get to
true.
some place
That's
like,
true.
I'd like to get to the balcony, but I don't feel like walking through the whole house. Just fly up to the fucking balcony.
Mm-hmm.
It would be at walking speed, but like you'd get there a lot quicker.
And you could still probably get money because people would pay to see someone fly, even if it
It's
was
all about
very
money
slowly.
with you. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, you're right.
I'm just kidding.
What else is there?
That's true. The world does run off of
What is
green.
happiness but money? But,
That's sad but true.
bling bling in my pockety thing.
And also you could do like cool poses while you fly really slow. You could do like
It's all about cool poses.
Superman
With you.
poses.
Superman poses?
You could have,
like
like-
having a hand on your hip and then.
You could strap a radio to your side and play like Superman music and dress in like a crappy Superman outfit and just fly everywhere really slowly.
And then get sued by the Superman franchise. Real smart.
Why would they sue you?
I don't know, because it's their music and outfit. I don't know. And you're making money off it.
Why would you make money off of it?
Oh, I thought we were saying this was for making money.
Oh no, I was just saying for
Oh,
fun.
no. Oh, all right. Weird.
Why would you do anything for fun?
Excuse me.
What would you choose?
Oh,
Seems like you would choose the drawing one.
no, I just like to pick apart what people choose.
That's fair.
It's fun to question it.
What would you draw if you could draw
No, I
something
think
that
I would
come
choose
to
the
life?
flying. I think you're right.
Even though it's slow, like it would be very convenient. Like, oh, I want to get over this chain link fence or whatever. Anything. Oh, there's a huge.
I want to get over this border wall.
Or we're at the wrong train terminal or whatever. It's over there, but we got to get over the tracks. I don't feel like climbing down into the tracks.
So I fly slowly over there, but you still got to hoof it because I can't carry you.
What if I could carry you though? Then I
No,
could
I'm
just
the
like.
one who's flying. You're the one who's walking.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't know.
Because you don't have superhuman strength. You just have your normal strength
Yeah.
and slow flying ability.
Slow flying. It's a funny thought.
All right, let's see. Let me see if there's anything. I think we've done some of these before. So.
Okay. Do you want to pause the thing while we?
No.
Okay.
Whoa, would you rather 30 butterflies instantly appear from nowhere every time you sneeze or one very angry squirrel appear from nowhere every time you cough? Why would you pick the second thing? What's he angry about? Is he angry at you or just angry about life? I feel like that's a detail that has been overlooked.
This seems like a very easy one. Mm-hmm. Definitely the squirrel.
Yeah, what?
I'm kidding.
You got me.
Yeah.
I was like moving up.
Yeah. Why would anyone want an angry squirrel around them? I mean, butterflies are cool. Why would they don't do anything? They flutter around gracefully.
I don't
A
know.
squirrel could fucking bite you.
Some of these are stupid.
Well, stupid ones can be fun. Read a fun stupid one.
No, they aren't. They aren't stupid in a fun way. Do you know what I mean?
Would you rather live in a cave or live in a... You scrolled too
Or
fast.
in a treehouse. These are not funny though. This is past the funny ones.
Cave or treehouse? Probably treehouse.
Yeah, you need sunlight. Psh, stupid.
And you get your dose of oxygen all around you. And also,
Smart.
you don't have to be in a fucking cave.
Right. Like Gollum.
Like
We don't want to be Gollum.
Like a drippy, cold, bear-infested cave.
Bear infested. Interesting. Would you rather be able to teleport anywhere or be able to read minds? That's nasty.
Sorry, I didn't mean to do that.
I choose teleport. I don't want to be in other
That's what I
people's
was
heads,
thinking,
and I don't
too.
want anyone in my head, because you can't help sometimes what pops into your head.
Things are better left unknown too, I think, a lot of the time. It's like when people ask, like, would you want to know when you're going to die? It's like, no, I think I'd rather not. I think I'd be happier not knowing.
Don't even give me the option, because if I have the option, I'll be tempted to look, but I don't want to know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think teleporting, because you could go on vacation. I mean, there goes your commute. Bam.
And it'd be
Non-existent.
stressful reading minds too.
Yeah.
Yeah, the commute, you wouldn't have to commute and you could just be anywhere you wanted at all times.
On a beach in Hawaii, and then the next day for work, bam. I mean, I'm pretty sure that if you could teleport, you could probably stop working. Because again, people would pay you. Can you pick me up something of this? You know?
Just deliver it. You'd be like a delivery service. Just load up your arms, beep, boop, and then just like you're at
Exactly.
your other location. And
As long as there's no side effects like cancer or something. You know? Seems like a pretty sweet life.
yeah, I'm assuming there are no side effects. It's just like
It's a safe assumption.
it's a power,
Yeah.
right?
True. I choose teleportation.
Because if
also.
reading minds also gives you cancer. No, I'm just saying, like, if they're equal side effects. Like if you, I don't know, maybe from reading minds you get severe implosive diarrhea.
That is not part of this. Would you rather? I don't know why you would think that.
Reading minds? It was part of this.
No, I meant the implosive diarrhea.
I know I was talking about side effects because you brought up cancer as being a possible side effect for teleporting.
I just think that makes more sense than severe implosive diarrhea.
I was just
That
saying a
doesn't-
dumb side effect.
It was dumb. You're right.
You're getting real saucy.
I'm sorry. You want some of my coffee?
No, I think you need it.
Oh. Do you want to do any more, or do you want to wrap it up? I think on that note, Brandon's telling me I'm saucy, so I need to take a nap.
Let's read one more.
Oh, all right. Which one?
And by you, I mean let's.
Here, you
I mean
go
by
ahead.
let's, I
you
mean
go ahead.
you.
You pick one.
Okay.
You want me to keep scrolling?
I'll just read this one. Would you rather be balding but fit or overweight with a full head of hair?
I feel like it's an easier choice for a woman who probably doesn't ever want to be balding.
Yeah, but I mean, think about hair technology these days. You could just have like a really nice wig. Think
I don't
of
want a
the
wig.
think
It's
of
one
the
thing-
amount of black women out there that have like weaves and stuff.
True.
You know, just have a nice wig.
Here's the thing. I'm already overweight. I'll just go with that and keep my full head of hair. I'm not massively overweight, but I am technically overweight. So if we're just talking...
I don't think you're overweight.
If we're just talking 5 or 10 pounds, I'm fine with that. I stick with that. That's my choice. Final answer.
Overweight with a full head of hair?
Yep.
I would be
Already
balding
there.
but fit.
Really? Okay. So you'd get a weave?
I mean, in one instance, you're healthier, but missing some hair.
True.
Yeah, I mean, well, being a man, I can just shave my head.
What?
Balding doesn't mean bald. Balding means balding.
Okay. Shut up. Don't fucking stop looking at me like that.
Okay.
With your little smirky half smile.
All right.
Rude.
Frude. You frude.
I was going to say fucking rude, but I decided to dial back the
Would you
swears.
rather have a flying carpet or a car that can drive underwater?
Flying carpet all the way. Why would you want a car that can drive underwater when...
What would be the benefit of
shark
a
could
car
still
that can
eat
drive
you.
underwater?
Well, I guess not if you roll the windows up. I don't know. It'd basically be like a submarine. So stupid.
I think definitely flying carpet because it's like a magical thing. Mm-hmm. And also, is it just going to like last forever? You don't have to gas it up like a car. And a car breaks down and gets punctured tires and,
Yeah.
you know.
Can it make it over all the terrain? All the underwater canyons?
What would
Just
be
because
the
it can
purpose of it?
go underwater doesn't mean it can like navigate all that shit.
I think submarine would be cooler
Yeah.
to say than driving underwater car.
Right. Flying carpet.
Because also, yeah, like you said, the terrain. Mm-hmm. I mean, it's treacherous down there. I don't think
I like that word. That's a great word.
I don't think your car would do too well.
No. Yeah. I think that's enough for me. I think I'm all would you rather out.
Let's do one more.
Oh my gosh. You just keep saying that. Just 5 more minutes, Mom. Just 5 more minutes.
Let's do one more.
Okay.
Would you rather be lost in a bad part of town or lost in the forest?
Forest.
I don't like that one. Would you rather have a horrible short-term memory or a horrible long-term memory? I don't really like that one either. Would you rather live on the beach or in a cat? These are dumb.
They're not funny. They're not the funny ones.
How about this one? Would you rather give up bathing
You're
for
really
a
close
month
to the mic.
or give up the internet for a month? I don't like these.
Would you rather give up watching TV movies for a year or give up playing games for a year?
I would give up TV and movies.
I think I'd give up playing games. So we can't live together.
Crazy.
Unless we
could.
each get a choice. And
We
then
would just
you
have
can...
to be on separate devices.
It's true. You're funny.
Am I? Was that
Yeah.
funny?
Yeah.
You're delirious.
Delirious. I'm sleepy, but I'm not delirious.
Okay.
All right. I think we're going to wrap it up because it's been a long day and it's only 3.
Crazy.
And baby needs her nap.
I feel like I would like a nap too.
Let's do it.
Nighty night, everybody.
It's 3 p.m. Night. Love ya. Hit that like and subscribe and comment.
Slap
and
that
review
bell.
and rate.
Slap that
We
bell
would-
right on the booty.
Right on its booty hole.
Booty hole.
Brandon punched me in the butthole the other day, just FYI.
I
Leave
did.
you with that. It jarred me right up my spine.
Mm-hmm.
I'm glad I was wearing pants though.
Mm-hmm. You were doing something, I'm sure.
Oh, I'm sure.
No, you know
It's
you
every
were.
abuser's excuse.
You know you were doing
She
something.
deserved to punch up the booty hole.
Hey, you make things physical a lot more than I do. When we're playing video games, and if I'm doing something that's bothering you, you will not hesitate to poke, slap, grab,
We've already been
jab.
through this. The people don't want to hear about this anymore.
They want to hear about
No, they
how
don't
I
wanna hear
abuse,
about it.
but they don't want to
Yeah.
hear about how you abuse.
I think they're just appalled that you punched my butt.
You know, maybe they're rooting for me.
Doubtful. You definitely need a nap
I kind of do.
so you don't punch me in the booty hole anymore.
What? I did it
Okay,
once.
bye.
Oh.
All right, guys, take it easy.
Bye-bye.
Bye.